This is Get Savvy, the podcast for people who want to claim back their time through the power of delegation, productivity, and automation. Welcome to episode 50 of the Get Savvy podcast. I'm very excited about this one. Today, Joe and I are talking about terrible ways to use AI.
This is going to be fun. And how cool that we've done 50 episodes now.
I know. It's flown by. But we actually started at the end of 2022. I realised earlier today that this is our fourth season, which was kind of crazy to me. I thought it was only the third. So what better way to celebrate the 50th than by being a little bit savage?
Yeah, calling out some people about the worst ways that they use AI. Because it's getting pretty bad right now. Just even thinking about how much AI content we're seeing now, especially on Instagram, it's like you see this like beautiful, perfect woman on a reel, and I'm like, I think that's AI.
Yeah, it's getting pretty hard to tell now. I noticed that some of my friends and even my husband will occasionally send me a video on TikTok or Instagram. I'm like, that's AI, right? And it'll be something stupid like a cat jumping up the stairs, but it's like very human-like. I'm like, that's very clearly not real. There's a bunch of slop, as people say, out there. So it's just going to get more and more interesting from here, really.
And I just think it's like for Instagram, we're just going a little like side quest for a minute. I feel like Instagram is actually just going to die if there's so much AI content on there that you can't tell what's real anymore. I'm just not even going to be interested in using it. I want to see real people and hear their real thoughts. And I feel like even reading captions now, it's like, this is all written by ChatGPT. How much of this is actually their own thoughts and what they think? Or they've just let AI come up with the stuff and tell them what to think?
Yeah, and a lot of people are thinking that way now, that they just want to distance themselves from it. And I think, if we go too far, people are just really going to resist. Whereas, obviously we've talked about on previous episodes, AI can be really good when you use it well, can be great for your business, but people are really getting deterred from it because of these things that they're seeing and no human connection. And it's not good. I even have seen a few, and we've talked about this before actually, when we did our episode where we had Notebook LM do that mini podcast episode for us. People are doing that now. And you see videos on, again, Instagram, TikTok I'm like, it takes me a second. I'm like, that person's AI, I think, because they're just moving slightly too unnaturally or too perfectly, or it's just, you can tell something's off.
Yeah. But funny how our human eye our brains can know that there's something off, but we can't put our finger on it or describe what it is.
Yeah, like I could watch the video of the podcast AI thing and I could just feel it, but I couldn't specifically tell you, it was this movement that he did or didn't do or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's, I don't know, creepy.
Yeah. It's like, we talk a lot about automate whatever you can in your business, but it's really important to make sure that you are not removing all human connection and human touch and human experience in your business. So yes, on the previous episode, we talked about, automating like a inquiry notification or a message. Cool. But there still needs to be some touch points in there that are human, so that person does feel like you actually care, human to human, because that is going to become really important. So keep that in mind. Yes, we want to automate a whole bunch of things, but that human connection, keep touch points in your business.
Yeah. So this is not us flipping the script on everything that we have previously been saying, but it's just how to use it intentionally And that's kind of what this episode is going to be about, really, because
Yeah.
AI, as much as you may think, isn't magic. It's powerful, but only if you use it well. Otherwise, you are going to end up with garbage or damaging relationships and things breaking. So we don't want that for you.
Yeah. When you use AI badly, it's really obvious. And I feel like sometimes you just create more work for yourself, or you're just spitting out generic garbage content. Things are broken because you haven't actually thought about it properly. So we're going to talk about in this episode what not to do and then what to do instead.
Yeah. All right, let's kick it off with number one, which is using AI with no context. So the terrible way is opening ChatGPT or whatever platform you're using and typing something like, write me a marketing email for my business. That's just no information, no context, no goal, nothing, no tone. So you're going to get back garbage because you're putting in a garbage prompt. You're going to get a garbage prompt back or a garbage result back. It's going to be useless fluff. If you said that exact same thing to a team member that you just hired, that person is also going to give you something garbage back because it's not enough context. So you can't expect AI, just because it's smart and does have a knowledge base, to know what you're thinking and what you're wanting without any context.
Or know what's even good or in relation to your business or what's going to work for your context of your business. I think people just are like, oh, are they lazy? Or they don't know. I'm not sure.
A bit of both, I would say. Like, there are definitely people out there that are not intentionally doing this, but they don't know better. They don't know how to prompt. But you can find help to even prompt out there. And just, if you're getting crap results back, it's likely the way that you prompted. It's not. You can't really blame AI for that because, it's most likely going to be your fault. Sorry, not sorry.
We talk like, I have said this many times, like every single problem in your business is you, including your use of AI. You cannot blame AI for this because you haven't learned how to prompt and give it context. Yeah,
it's true. And if you know that you don't know, then that's fine. But again, just don't blame AI and throw your toys because, just gotta do better, I suppose.
Do better.
Sorry, I've got my savage out for this episode.
Okay, so what you should do instead, right? You actually need to train your AI, your ideal client, your brand voice, the industry that you're in, your business model, the specific problems that you solve for your clients, the goals that you have, either in like what you're getting this AI to do, your writing, your content, whatever it is, any other relevant things that you can give it about your business. And if you use the same chat, if you are learning how to use projects in Claude, or you're learning how to train your AI and then use that trained AI over and over, this is the stuff that you need to train it on. Anything that you could possibly give it, documents, background, get it to read your website, all of those things, so that it actually has the context. So then you can say, based on everything you know about my business, can you please create now a marketing plan? Because you've done all the training, you've given it all the information.
Yeah. So treat AI like it's a new hire, and it needs that onboarding, it needs that context. And the more that you can give it, the better input that you have, the better output you'll receive.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Oh gosh, we're into the second one. Copying and pasting AI comms. This is something that I hate so much. So the terrible is creating a blog post, social media captions, or even messaging people, emailing them, and just copying and pasting it directly without any edits and hitting send. It's generic, it sounds robotic. Your customers or your team members, whoever you're talking to, are going to think that you're lazy and can't be bothered communicating with them, because it's likely they can tell. I can promise you that they'll be able to pick up on it, because again, like we were talking about before, you just feel that it's slightly unnatural, and you can really pick that up in AI comms, because it might just be slightly off, slightly unnecessary, whatever it is. I promise they can tell.
Yeah.
So if you are using AI to help you, I would ask yourself if this conversation that you're having will damage the trust with you and the other person if they can tell that it's AI. Do the comms that you're having actually require empathy or personal judgment? Or am I using AI here because it's actually better, or just because I can't be bothered thinking?
It is so lazy to copy and paste, like comms, captions, whatever it is that you're using, just directly in. So lazy.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because your credibility, your reputation is on the line, and your team members, if they can tell that you as a leader are using AI to reply to emails, like that is going to do so much damage. Their respect for you is going to like fall off a cliff if you do that.
Yeah, 100%. And this is even if you have trained your AI on your voice, you still need to be reviewing and editing. So the what to do instead is use AI to draft it, make a start, whatever it is. If you deem that it's necessary for the conversation you're having, if it's a difficult conversation, or if it is something like a blog post or social, so you want an extra hand with, then cool. Use it to draft that content. Make sure it is using your voice, your personality, but then edit it. Add real examples and references, and add some of your personality and humanness to it, because even if you've trained AI, it's not going to completely nail that in the way that you would.
Yeah. So I flip this and I do it the other way around, where I give it all of my kind of notes. So what am I thinking about what I need to say? And I don't even worry about how it's coming out. I just like actually talk to it and just blurt it all out, give it all the like the direction and the messages that I want to be in there. And then it just creates it in a way that sounds better and more like cohesive. But then I will still look at it and still edit it. Never just copying and pasting.
Yeah. No, they could say anything.
Yeah.
Even if you read it and then still copy and paste it, 9 times out of 10, you're still going to be able to tell that it's AI. Like, you do need to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to think of AI as your writing assistant here. It's not taking over. This is what we're talking about. You still need that human touch, even when you're using AI. All right. Number 3, trying to automate a broken process. So the terrible way is taking a messy manual system and layering AI or automation over the top of it, because then you're just creating more chaos and trying to scale that chaos.
Yeah, if you've got gaps and issues and problems in a process, scaling it is going to amplify those issues, problems, and broken things.
100%.
Yeah.
So if we take an onboarding process, for example, could be for your clients, could be for new team members, if that process is confusing, inconsistent, then the automated process is just going to wind up sending the wrong people the wrong information at the wrong time, because you need to get really clear on what it needs to do first and refine that process first. We've always talked about this on all of our previous episodes, that before you get to that point, you need to look at your systems and processes.
Yeah. Map them out. You know, simplify it, streamline it, get the process working well, and then look at where AI can actually slot in, where it can take over some of the manual things.
Yeah. Don't just try and systemize a disaster and expect that it's going to turn out okay, because it's not going to.
Nope, not at all. Yeah. Okay, number 4 is using AI as a crutch for decision making. I can guarantee that there are business owners out there who now use ChatGPT to make all of their decisions, and this is going to go really badly. I think people are going to unlearn how to come up with ideas, make decisions, and be able to think. And that really worries me.
Yeah, you don't want to outsource your actual thinking. You still need to have a brain out there in the world.
Yeah. I mean, getting it to come up with ideas, cool, but like not just thinking that the AI is so smart or smarter than you and you should just do what it says. It's a bad idea. So, terrible is asking AI to make big calls in your business, especially without giving it any context. Like you could go back and forwards and nut out an idea and come up with what you want to do as your decision. But you can't just ask ChatGPT, hey, should I do this? It's
And I feel
not
like,
going to be
yeah,
able to give you
you
the
should
right answer.
absolutely set your business's building on fire. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, because AI is very agreeable. If you ask
Yep.
it whether something's a good idea, it's probably going to say yes. Yeah.
I'll test it out later. So what we want you to do instead is use something like ChatGPT's deep research mode, get it to provide you some ideas or frameworks or draft options, but then again, you need to be the one to make the call. Ideally, like Joe was saying before, if you can go in with some of your own ideas, then even better, and it can maybe, again, do some research and give you some advice on those ideas. But you ultimately need to be doing that thinking and making those calls.
Yeah. That strategic thinking, like, don't outsource that.
No. And play devil's advocate with ChatGPT or whatever you're using. Use it to challenge your assumptions and even its own assumptions, because it will tend to agree with you, like Joe was just saying.
Yeah.
So wherever you start leading it, it's going to go there.
Yeah, you could say, play devil's advocate and tell me why this won't work. Yeah. Yeah.
You're the one at the end of the day that's going to have to answer for any mistakes or fix them. So, yeah, be the one that's backing those decisions in the first place.
Yep.
All right, number 5, expecting perfection on the first go. So this is what we were talking about before, really. If you put crap in, you're going to get crap out. So terrible is giving up after one bad result. First time try, you get a crap response from ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or Copilot, and then you just give up and say it doesn't work. I've tried to do that before. I just get terrible results because, again, this is a you problem. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. What we actually want you to do instead is like tweak your prompts. If you aren't getting results, keep going back and forwards with it and ask it different ways and give it a lot more context and give it some feedback. Like, I don't like how you do this, or I want you to do it this way. Using some custom GPTs, so things that are pre-trained and actually have the specialty knowledge on the topic that you're trying to get it to work with you on. And remember that AI is iterative. So that means that it's just going to get better as you get better at training it, using it, as it gets to understand you more, it will get better. And as they release new versions of it, it will get better and better. So, you know, what we're playing with now, what we're working with now in terms of these AI models are just going to get better and better. But you also have to do the work to get better at using AI too.
Yeah. And on the feedback side of things, I just want to note that sometimes you do have to tell AI more than once the same thing. Even, say, for us, we here in New Zealand, we use the English spelling or the UK spelling, but ChatGPT's default is to use Zs in words like specialize or whatever. And I've had to tell, I put it in the settings of like the things in the knowledge base, things that I want it to do. And sometimes it will still send me messages with Zs in it, and I have to keep telling it. And it's like, yep, sorry, you're right. You've already told me this. So That's why you need to be reviewing, and you do need to constantly give feedback because,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
as much as we talk about AI not making mistakes, it does sometimes.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, number 6, using it just because you can.
So the terrible way here is just trying to jam AI into every single part of your business, everything that you're doing, every step of the day, just because it's cool right now or you see other people using it. A hot take: outsourcing all of the things that you possibly can are probably making you worse at all of those things.
Mm.
If you're not doing it for a reason, like we said, we want you using it intentionally. So if you're just showing up to every single meeting with an AI note taker, even if it was just a quick 2-minute meeting, and then you use AI to write every single email, AI to generate every single social post, and again, you're not reviewing it, AI to analyze and make all of your decisions, then you're just using it because it's there and it's convenient and because you can. You're not using it intentionally.
Yeah. You're not going to have a quality business doing that. Yeah. Okay, so what we want you to do instead is be intentional. Like, okay, will this save me time? Will this improve the quality? Or will this reduce the effort that you need to put in? And if it's not a yes, then it's a no. You shouldn't be using AI for that.
Yeah. So the things we've just covered, how to use it well. Here's your checklist of what we've just talked about. You want to give it real context. So remember, we're treating it like it's a new team member. It needs context, it needs background. If you couldn't expect someone to pick it up from the information that you're giving AI, then it's likely AI can't do it to a good standard either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always edit and refine any of the outputs that it gives you.
Yeah, regardless. Just do it. Don't outsource your thinking. You still need to make those decisions, and especially in your business.
Yeah. So use it with your systems, not in place of them.
Yeah. And keep the human touch where it matters most. You do, like we said, still want your personality coming through. People want to know that they're still talking with humans, and I think that is, yeah, probably even more important now that we're sort of going up and down on this roller coaster, and some people are really pulling away from it. So, yeah, make sure that human touch is still there. That was a good one. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, AI is amazing, yes, when used well. But if you're using it badly, honestly, you are likely going to damage your reputation, waste money, annoy your customers or your team members, and actually just create more work for yourself. And it's likely going to be for one of the reasons that we've talked about today. So there are simple tweaks that we've been through that you can just adjust any of those things and help AI work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do want a hand at figuring out how to use AI and automation in your business, then you can book a call with us over at strictlysavvy.co.nz. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the Get Savvy podcast.